Christy here from MyScrapbookEvolution.com, and today we're going to build a layout with the goal of using up some paper from a 6x6 paper pad on a 12x12 pattern paper canvas. Now for my canvas, I've chosen a piece of the Basic Gray Hey Boy collection, and my pattern paper pad is the Basic Gray Capture collection. I chose this because I have the matching sticker sheet, I have the matching die cut set to go with it, and it also coordinates nicely with some of these embellishments I have from Freckled Fawn. I have these acrylic cameras, cork stars, chipboard stars and hearts, and wood die cut word hello. I've also considered that I might use some of these sprinkles from the Jelly Bean Soup or some of these wood buttons from Basic Gray. Really not sure which I'm going to use yet. I've also pulled this Glitz Designs tape. I like the contrast in the colors. My first piece of pattern paper that I chose from my paper pad is this piece with the triangles on it. And I like it because the triangles go up and down, and that gives direction. I also like this piece and the die cut here. They say, hey, what's up, hello. And my husband and son are playing peekaboo, so these work perfectly with that. And I can use this die cut as my title. Originally, I was going to put the picture on the 6x6 paper kind of like this and keep it as a block and add a shelf. The problem I've noticed is that the die cut that I want to use for the title doesn't contrast very well against the background. It kind of blends in because they're both orange. So I'm going to kind of adjust things a little bit so that I can also use up more pattern paper. I've already outlined the photo with one of the stickers from the sheets. I just cut it in half. The only problem with it is that it doesn't go all the way across, so I know I'm going to have to cover this up right here in the corner. What I did was I cut the 6x6 piece in half. That gives you two 3x6 blocks, and I'm going to lay my photo on top of that. I've also outlined each of the pieces of paper with this navy blue ink. Navy blue is a nice alternative to black. It adds nice definition, but it's not quite as harsh. In this case, it also pulls from the background because there's navy blue in some of the triangles. Now I know I like this as this is right here, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick this down. I'm going to try to use these striped patterns on the side to kind of guide me and hopefully get things straight. I'm not very good at keeping things straight. It's one of my weaknesses. There we go. Now one of the things I've done to kind of add more interest to the title block is I've added a little bit of chipboard to the back, and I've inked it with the navy blue ink, and that's just going to raise it up just a little bit. And I'm only putting the adhesive in the middle, and that way I'll be able to slide some items underneath it. Now I just need to kind of measure these off where they're going to sit. And I'm going to cut this down right about there. And again, once these are cut down, I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges up. Let's see, just cut this down a little bit here. and it'll fit right in. Ink these up. Now, everything doesn't have to be completely perfect as you're sticking it down. There we go. So that gives me an additional block design. I want to add the word hello here. Just gives it a little bit more dimension. There we go. Now I need to do something underneath here to kind of unify everything, make it more even, and I'll need to add a cluster here, as I mentioned before, to hide that little gap. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to measure this tape off. Okay, and we're just going to slide, we're going to just carefully lift this up a little bit and just kind of slide this underneath. And that makes a nice shelf all the way across. Now let's see what I'm going to put here. I'm first thinking about this hay, but I can also put "You're so wonderful." I think I really like this hay here. Let's go ahead and stick that down. And that just covers that gap where I was missing a section before. You can pull out a navy camera. You need like a little button here. Kind of pins that on to the photo. And because that's wood veneer, that ties in a diagonal flow. Looks like I've about got everything covered. I'm going to add this Good Times badge here. Go ahead and do this. And let's go with some of these cork stars. If I can get them out. Here we go. The cork is a warm color like the wood, and it contrasts nicely with the design, with the color, I should say. And there we go. Other than journaling, I have a layout that's complete.